back. I'm glad to have you back. We have a special guest coming in a little bit later on in the second half. We're going to have Freekbass, the bass extraordinaire, I guess you could, the player that really kind of put bass playing on the map. He's been featured. I was just reading today. Been featured in a lot of famous magazines you guys may have heard, like Relics. Had a lot of. He has an album coming out. Had one coming out earlier this year. Got a copy of that. He's got one coming out, I believe, sometime this fall. We'll touch base with him on that. Also, I believe Mike Hornsby's going to be calling in tonight.
Yeah. He wants to say hi to us.
Let us know about some certain special things we have going on in the Rumpke camp.
He thinks we're cool.
Well.
Thinks
we're cool. Well, yeah, that's good. We got him fooled.
Yeah.
That's good. We got him fooled. We do have, like I say, Freekbass. Mike Hornsby got a couple interviews. We're going to be playing some Grateful Dead for you guys, of course. A little bit later, we're going to be featuring Today in Grateful Dead history, a couple shout-outs. We have a special Casey Kasem long-distance request. Trying to brush up on my Casey Kasem in the bathroom tonight. It's a tough voice. It's a tough voice to get. I can do a lot of different
long-distance medications going out.
I'm Casey Kasem.
Thank you
for joining Ramblin' Rob on.
Have you ever heard the Negative Land song that's like a Casey Kasem interview gone wrong?
I don't think I have.
When we're off the air, because you totally cannot play this on the air, but when you're off the
air...
air...
It's about the orange juice or is it
no,
Orange Julius?
It's about you too.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I heard the little rant 15 years ago that somebody made up about his Orange Julius thing. Can't play that on air either. You can look it up on YouTube. It's pretty fun.
He has a foul mouth.
Yes, but we're going to do a long-distance request. A rare tune for the Grateful Dead, the 11 Jam. No words. I only have, I think, 3 versions of it, and 2 of them are actually Mickey and the Heartbeats from '68. So I got the one Grateful Dead version I got from, I believe it was either December or April '69 when they were playing the Ark out in Boston.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, good shows. I think it was released recently. I've always said it made a great road trips or Dick's Picks, and I think they did actually release some of that April '69. I think.
Yeah.
I don't keep track of that. That's stuff you gotta buy. Yeah. So we're gonna get on with some music here. We're gonna be featuring, since we have Freekbass, the bass player that we all know and love, coming in. I decided to feature an album tonight by the Grateful Dead, and some Freekbass thrown in for good measure. 2 from the Vault.
Oh, that's one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, probably my favorite. It's my one that I can't live without.
I actually bought the way overpriced 4 or 5 album set of that.
Yeah, I was just seeing on Wikipedia here, they've got like a 2007 expanded version you bought.
Yeah.
It's got some extras. Yeah, nice.
Worth every penny.
Alligator caution feedbacks. But just to keep you guys up to snuff, we're going to be playing this concert. It was from August 23rd and 24th, 1968. Great era for the guys. 25 years afterwards, they decided to release it because they had some issues. They had some problems here. And I'll just kind of read from Wikipedia. I know I'm cheating, but hey. The concert was recorded on a then state-of-the-art 1-inch 8-track tape machine that was supplied by the band's record label, Warner Brothers. The record company also insisted on supplying engineers who turned out to be unfamiliar with the close miking technique involved in recording rock music. And alternate story on that, from what I've heard and read, they were too dosed to figure out their equipment. But, they got a little too much Kool-Aid, apparently, so, something didn't turn out right. Consequently, each of the 8 tracks contains significant leakage from all the other instruments in the band, resulting in severe phase cancellation problems for those technical gurus out there, like Jesse. Almost 24 years later, Dan solved this problem by employing a B&K 2032 fast Fourier transformer digital spectrum analyzer. I think I got one of those on the DeLorean.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to the flux capacitor.
Right behind it.
Yeah.
And consequently, so they got this FFT, and they used that to measure the delay in time between the different microphones, using the track of bassist Phil Lesh as the time centerpiece. So they kind of used that as like a metronome and put everybody else together around Phil, which I thought was appropriate since he's the bass player of the Grateful Dead and Freekbass is coming in. This is the whole show's centered on Phil's bass.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, great. Yeah, that's pretty geeky of me. But anyway.
They were so accurate in figuring out where everything was spaced at, that they knew that Phil's bass amp was set up 4 inches off center from where it was the first night.
Oh, there you go. The delay times were then fed into the TC-1280 stereo digital delay, which, along with careful mixing and no Kool-Aid, resulted in a nearly perfect stereo image. Well, there you go, guys. All right, well, I'm going to pipe down and let's get on with some music because, we got a lot of interviews going on tonight, so we're going to play some music. How about we're going to start out disc 1 to From the Vault, Good Morning Little Schoolgirl Live, and then we're going to roll into a little Freekbass for you guys. And then before we get into that long, great Dark Star, we'll come back and yak a little bit, I guess, here.
We like the yak, if you haven't picked up on that yet, folks.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to listener-supported WAIF Radio. We're in the middle of our fall member-thon. Help keep WAIF Radio on the air and indicate your support for this show by making a pledge right now. Your gift of $25 or more gives you voting rights at the WAIF annual meeting and the WAIF Alert newsletter. Please call 513-961-8900 or 513-749-1444 right now to make a pledge. You can also pledge online using PayPal by clicking the donate button on our website, www.waif883.org. If you pledge online, please indicate the name of the show you're supporting in the comments section so they get credit. Each show on WAIF has a minimum pledge level to meet, and you can help them reach that goal. Call now 961-8900 or 749-1444 or WAIF883.org and make your pledge of $25 or more to become a member of listener-supported radio WAIF Cincinnati. Thank you.
Awesome tunes and always Grateful Dead. Yeah, Ramblin' Rob, well, he's your host, streaming on the web from coast to coast. Check it as you do from shows of old. It's Ramblin' Rob's greatest story ever told.
Bring out today.
It's time to either stand up, sit down, and shake your leg, or go for yourself, because the Grateful Dead are here.
To leave you, babe, about to break the day. On an old way that you cheat me, darling, and I'm got to stay away. Come on,
you, darling. I don't need nobody else. Good morning, little schoolgirl. And I come home with no crying. But Lord, that's all I wanna do. Good morning, little schoolgirl. Can I come home with you? Good morning, little schoolgirl. Can I come home with you? Tell your mother and your papa that I'm a schoolboy too. Tell your mother and your papa, baby, I'm a schoolboy too. 'Cause I wanna be your little chauffeur, ride around with your machine. I wanna be your little chauffeur. I wanna ride with your machine. That's all I wanna do. That's all I wanna do. Hey, I just can't help myself. Can't help myself. airplane fly all over your town. Tell everybody, baby, what you putting down. Come on now, pretty baby. I just can't help myself. You're so young and pretty. I don't need nobody else. Good morning, little school girl. Can I come home with you? Can't you ain't crying? Oh Lord, what I wanna do. Good morning, little school girl. Can I come home with you? Good morning, little school girl. Can I come home with you? I wanna be your chauffeur, ride with your little machine. And I wanna be your chauffeur, ride with your sweet little machine. You can go on and tell your mother and your papa too. Go on, tell your mother. Hey, now your papa too. I ain't gonna hurt you, darling. I'm a schoolboy too. Little girl, 'cause I don't care. Oh no, I don't. No, I don't. I just wanna keep your company up in your kitchen. Come on up here. What you say? No, no. I just gotta come on with you, darling. Yeah, come on with you. No kind of way. Yeah, way. Hey, you're looking so good. I can't get you out of my mind. Well, you're looking so good now, darling. Can't get you out of my mind. No, I can't. No, I. You're looking so good. I can't get can't get you out of my mind. 'Cause you know what, I don't care. 'Cause you know that I don't care. Little girl, I don't care what your daddy may say. I got to come on with you any old kind of way. Little girl, I don't care. Hey, I don't care if you're only 17 years of age.
Thank you. This is some new stuff. Thanks.
Stuff.
And some medium new, semi-new and medium new. And,
You mean
ladies' choice. New.
This number is a lady's choice.
Thank you for tuning in to listener-supported WAIF Radio. We're in the middle of our fall member-thon. Help keep Wave Radio on the air and indicate your support for this show by making a pledge right now. Your gift of $25 or more gives you voting rights at the WAIF annual meeting and the Wave Alert newsletter. Please call 513-961-8900 or 513-749-1444 right now to make a pledge. You can also pledge online using PayPal by clicking the donate button on our website, www.waif883.org. If you pledge online, please indicate the name of the show you're supporting in the comments section so they get credit. Each show on WAIF has a minimum pledge level to meet, and you can help them reach that goal. Call now 961-8900 or 749-1444 or WAIF883.org and make your pledge of $25 or more to become a member of listener-supported radio WAIF Cincinnati. Thank you.
Igor, would you give me a hand with the bags?
Certainly. You take the blonde and I'll take the one in the tavern.
Everybody's feeling real. Everybody's feeling real. Everybody's feeling real.
Look into my refrigerator and hear the sounds of percolator. No more time to dilly-dally. We'll pull together and start a rally. Even if you're living in Hollywood, doing the things in your life that makes you feel good. It's like we're jumping up on a trampoline. We're with the paparazzi and we're making the scene. You're making me strong. I can never go wrong. Cause you can't always be right while you're looking out of sight. Whenever you feel it, just jump up and down. Get your roller skates on and ride around town. Get up in the morning and you ride the choo-choo. Everyone will play it just like you do. When we're living in bold, it's the one thing that's got me sold. Everybody put your hands up and say hey, and let's start feeling real every day.
Everybody's feeling real. Everybody's feeling real. Everybody's feeling real. Everybody's feeling real.
you for tuning in to listener-supported WAIF Radio. We're in the middle of our fall member-thon. Help keep WAIF Radio on the air and indicate your support for this show by making a pledge right now. Your gift of $25 or more gives you voting rights at the WAIF annual meeting and the WAIF Alert newsletter. Please call 513-961-8900 or 513-749-1444 right now to make a pledge. You can also pledge online using PayPal by clicking the donate button on our website, www.waif883.org. If you pledge online, please indicate the name of the show you're supporting in the comments section so they get credit. Each show on WAIF has a minimum pledge level to meet, and you can help them reach that goal. Call now 961-8900 or 749-1444 or WAIF883.org and make your pledge of $25 or more to become a member of listener-supported radio WAIF Cincinnati. Thank you.
Hey, guess what, folks? I don't quite know what to say here. I'm just kind of filling up some airtime, and I'm going to get real close to the microphone and whisper. Welcome to Pillow Talk with Ramblin' Rob and Taper Jeffs.
All right, cool, guys. Hey, just want to let you guys know we got Mike Hornsby. He's calling in about a minute here. We're going to be touching base with him.
Just bass. We're not touching anything
bass.
else. We're just touching bass. Sorry, Mike. Love you, brother.
Right. In case you guys don't know, Mike Hornsby is the sound man for the Rumpke Mountain Boys. He runs the board and drives the bus and is in charge of various sundry items and stuff like that.
Keeps them all in line.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He actually has a cattle prod that he keeps under the seat of the bus.
Speaking of cattle prods, hey, Mike, you still there, man?
Yeah, yes, I am.
All right. Well, you are on air here at WAIF. Thank you very much for calling in. It's always good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And, we just wanted to kind of touch base with you. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Rumpke Mountain Boy Camp. Have the Rumpke Boys had a good 2015 this year? Will Santa be nice to them?
Yeah, I think so. We made it from ocean to ocean again, so that's good enough, you know.
Putting some miles on the Sea Hag, I guess, huh?
Well, we're in the new vehicle.
Right.
It is nameless. Yeah, it hasn't done anything wrong to get a name yet.
Well, that's good. I was going to say you just wore the Sea Hag out, so that's good. You have a new vehicle, traveling coast to coast. Hopefully crossing my fingers here, hopefully things go well and it won't acquire a name.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So what have, I guess, it's winding down. We're all the way into October now. What do you think so far this year has been a highlight for the Rumpkes?
I don't know. The String Summit was great again. That whole West Coast run was really good this time. It wasn't a lot of big shows, but the people who came were real into it. I think we're definitely building something out, Northern Cali, Oregon, Southern Oregon way. I don't know. Actually, I'm here with most of the guys also.
Oh, yeah.
You're in the speakerphone. We're fancy now, man.
Oh, wow.
Hi.
Hey, guys. Yeah, y'all got little iPads and iPhones and smartphones and all the high-tech gear.
Yeah, we're trying, man.
Well, that's good. So where are you guys at right now?
Process 16. Yeah, we're good. Exit 16, man. No, we're on our way to Memphis. We're just south of Louisville.
Beautiful Louisville.
Yeah, I'm stuck behind somebody doing about 50.
Well, you probably have a big V8 or a V10 in that thing, don't you?
No, actually, it's only a 6-cylinder, but it's got a turbo on it.
Oh,
so
there you
it's
go.
pretty, it's surprising. Peppy.
Surprisingly peppy. Well, there you go. That's good. That's what I think when I see the Rumpke Mountain Boys. They're surprisingly peppy.
Right.
That sounds like a chewing gum ad.
It is.
Rumpke
You guys need to be
Mountain
like
Boys.
the next
Surprisingly
Johnny.
peppy.
We need to come out with trash-flavored gum or something.
Yummy.
Yeah, that's it. Peppy.
So you guys have... Go ahead, Jesse.
I was just going to say, that should be the slogan for Rumpke Mountain Brews. Surprisingly peppy.
Surprisingly peppy.
Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of, it's not, the end of the year isn't here yet. You guys have a lot of big things yet this year. You want to tell us about what you guys have coming up? Because I'm sure you have a lot of exciting things in the stewing pot.
Well, right now we're on our way. We have Farm Night in Memphis, and then we're doing the Hillberry 2 Festival in Arkansas, which basically replaced the Phases of the Moon show that got canceled. It's right in the same neck of the woods. They ended up getting some of the same artists. We play on Sunday with Leftover plays after us, so that's always good to catch a Leftover show.
Yeah, warming up some leftover salmon. There you go.
And then we've got a week in Colorado after that. And then when we come home, we have Snuggleweed down at Terrapin Hill.
Mm-hmm.
You just take with Danny Barnes and Nick Forrester, right? Yeah, Danny Barnes and Nick Forrester will be joining us in Denver, I think. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, Denver.
We're there with Gypsy Moon.
Wow, there you go. And you're going to be down at Snuggleweed. Who have you guys got for your Snuggleweed lineup yet?
Graham leads the list. He lives in it. The Lucky Mountain Boys for both nights. High Rider, Fresh Off, Blue Moon Soup, Restless Leg String Band, Hollow Bone, Dan Fool, Chris Dollar, and the Sugar Beat.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we also we have Derek Howard's going to be joining us for the Super Jam, the Double Jam, and Montego, the xylophone player from Bon and the Mash. He's going to join us for that. And our favorite, Myron Koch. Yep, Myron Koch, the sax player from the Basketball will be at the Double Jam. And he's also on our new album that's almost sort of finished. He has to send us the mastering and finish getting its graphics done. So hopefully maybe in 2 months or so, that one will be coming out.
Oh, nice. Have you guys got a name for that one yet?
High Time, Low Tide.
Oh, nice. That should be good. I'm sure when you guys have that one out, you'll be stopping in here to promo it. I'm sure. I can't wait to get another album from you guys. That's good.
Right. I believe you had the world premiere of a couple songs last time, Rob.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did. That's right. That's cool. I forgot about that. I've got such a horrible memory, man. I don't know why.
Yeah, I can't think of any reason why.
So, yeah, you guys are going to Colorado and Snuggleweed and the new album. It sounds like you guys are on the fast track yet again. Are you going to take any time off this winter?
No. I don't think we will. Now we got November. We have a few things we're doing.
Uh-oh.
Did a Yeti get him?
I think the guy that was doing 25 miles per hour in front. Oh, there he is.
Hey, hello.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, you're back, man.
we
You're
thought
back.
Yeti
We
got
lost
you,
you.
man.
All right. November we go to. It'll be our first time in New York City. We have a run with Dan. That's gonna visit New Jersey and New York City. I think a Philly show.
Wow.
It's a big territory. Candace has a new book coming out, so we're kind of doing like a concert run / book thing.
Sounds like the Death Star is messing with his transmission. Definitely. So, I should not be laughing. I should not be laughing because we can't hear you, Mike. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, you've cut out. I think the Death Star has been had our transmission interrupted. Uh-oh.
Oh.
See, I think, yeah, definitely. That was probably, they thought you were Princess Leia or something, man. I don't know.
It's the hair.
Yeah, but hopefully he'll call back here soon. We lost him. He was telling us about their trip to New York City, which is an exciting thing. I never thought the Rumpkes would make it to New York City. You think they're ready for the big city, man? The Big Apple?
You want my honest opinion?
Yeah, that's why I got you in here, man. Don't BS me.
I think they've been ready for the big city for a while. I'm glad they're finally making it. I wish I could be there cheering them on.
If you can make it there,
You can make it anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah,
I don't know who said that.
You know, you just got to be a part of it, right?
I think just a big part of it. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see when they get up there. Hopefully they'll have a successful run, and then when they get back before the new album comes out, they'll pop in here and tell me a little about why I don't want to go to New York City. They'll tell me about the traffic and the people and, and the smell and everything. And then, it's a great place to visit, but no one wants to live there, apparently.
And they can also promote their New Year's Eve show coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, New Year's Eve. Forgot about that. I was there last New Year's. Probably another Thompson House gig, I would imagine.
Yes, it's going to be at the Thompson House again. I don't remember the opening acts this time, but I imagine it'll be some very fine folks that they have in store for us.
Gotcha. Well, we'll find out because I'll probably be there.
I know it's where I'll be. So.
Yeah, good time. David Gans, I think, Born Cross-Eyed last year. David Gans, Rumpke Mountain Boys, and Restless. Was that the lineup last year?
Restless Leg.
Yep, they were in just earlier this year. Yeah, great. Born Cross-Eyed. I need to get them guys in here. I need to get Born Cross-Eyed in here. I should get David Gans in here.
We
might have something in common. You never know.
Exactly. You know.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Grateful Dead related radio host.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, he's the one that I guess charted the boat first.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, cool. Well, we'll see if Mike calls back. Like I say, I hope a Yeti did not get you. You know, are you traveling down through the woods, or is it like a skunk ape down there? I guess in Tennessee. Or that's Florida.
If they're just south of Louisville, they're like getting into the cave territory. They're a little weird down there.
Oh yeah. Well, at least banjos don't scare the boys. So.
No, true. I mean, I guarantee there's at least 3 banjos on that bus right now.
Yeah, and toothless hillbillies probably don't scare them either, so that's good.
Not that we're calling anybody toothless hillbillies. We love people of all tooth levels.
Right. Okay, real quick, guys, before we get into some music, we're going to let you guys know what happened today in Grateful Dead history. 1966, the heliport in Sausalito, California. 1973, rehearsals for Wake of the Flood. 1976, Shrine Auditorium, L.A., which will be featuring a song from that show in just a little bit from today in Grateful Dead history. 1977, Moody Coliseum, SMU, Dallas, Texas. 81, the Milkweg in Amsterdam. That was the Oops concert. They had a show in France that got canceled. Maybe somewhere that got canceled.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I know it was a canceled show. I don't remember exactly where it was though.
Right, I don't either. But that was the first Spoonful and the last Far From Me. 1983, Hartford Civic Center. I was listening to the 1984 Hartford Civic Center show from today too. They played back-to-back years. On the way down here, 1988. Bayfront Center Arena, St. Pete, and 1989, the Meadowlands Arena. And the last time the Grateful Dead played on today's date, 1994, MSG, NYC, NY.
NYC, NY?
Yeah.
Now you're cooking.
LOL, RL, something. Anyway.
BRB, ROFL.
Yeah, all those good things. I don't know about all that code.
ABCDG.
Communist code. Anyway. It is.
Commies.
They're a bunch of commies. All right, well, a couple shout-outs here. We got Smokestack Cindy. Hey, glad you are listening. Crossing my fingers, hoping you're listening. Brian, Mary Jo, and Sam, thanks again for listening. Chris, thanks again for listening. And Chris Grosser, thanks again for listening. We just signed him up for December. We got another person coming in, Chris Grosser from the West Side. I played some of his... I think he played a Comfortably Numb that around and a little jam earlier this year from him. So we finally got him in studio. So excited about December with him. Also, big shout out to Franklin. Scarlett told me to say, hey man, appreciate the support and listening to Ramblin' Robin Taper Jesse. We're going to be playing a tune here in just a second for you. Those rare 11 jams we were talking about earlier. Tasty little 11 jams. And also a big shout out from a caller earlier this year. Ernie and his brothers were sitting around. Sounded like they were drinking on a porch somewhere. They thought I was Birdman. So, yeah, big shout out to you guys. I'm not Birdman, but I'll shout out anyway, brother. Hey, man, thanks for listening.
You sound just like Birdman.
I know, I do.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
You've got that voice.
I do. Just that husky, deep radio voice. Anyway, and also big shout out to Keith and Sarah. We had a couple friends stop over on their way back home, so we're going to be treating them tonight to some festivities and hospitality. So I'm glad you guys stopped down, and hopefully you have safe travels the rest of your many miles.
I'd like to give a shout out to the guy that stopped in Speedway on at the end of 32 by the levee today and was turned on to the show.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you're listening, go back and thank the nice young lady that gave you that button.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll taper Jesse button maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's rich. He got merch. I had a guy tell me that when I was up on the Dark Star Jubilees. He was a host of another public radio show in Michigan, I think, and I gave him a WAIF keychain. He's like, "Whoa, you guys got merch."
Rolling in it.
He's like, "Man, you guys must be big." It's like, "Well, we do what we can, man. We do what we can."
Yeah,
So we do have a couple more artists in this year. Freekbass will be stopping in just a little bit. You just heard that great tune, Everybody's Feeling Real. That was his first single from his latest album, Everybody's Feeling Real. Also, Arrows of Neon on October 29th. Subterranean House Band, November 12th. Infinity Project, November 19th. Twig and Leaf, December 3rd. And Chris Grosser on the 17th, our pre-Christmas special. Maybe we'll talk him into playing some Twisted Christmas songs for us.
Will we be on the air Christmas Eve?
If we want to be. I am. I usually am.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
No,
a lot of people
totally.
sketch out and like, I want to spend it with my family. I'm going to stay up and try to catch Santa Claus. Nope. I've been here Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve.
We
Christmas
all live
Day.
local.
Right.
You could do this and then go see your family.
Oh,
If
yeah.
your family misses you that bad, tell them to tune in to WAIF 88.3 FM, Cincinnati.
Right. It's just a couple hours. It's no big deal. Yeah. So, yeah, we always try to, 24/7, baby.
Yeah.
24/7. Weather may knock us out, but... but we try to, every chance I get to play Grateful Dead on the radio. Hell yeah, I'm on the air. Heck yeah,
Of course.
Anyway, let's get on with some tunes here. Like I say, we're going to do that 11 jam from 4/23/69, and then today in Grateful Dead history, 1976, the Shrine Auditorium from Los Angeles, California, to do a little Excitable Bobby, It's All Over Now. So. Woo! Yeah, he's always an excitable type of guy. All right, guys. Freekbass in about a half hour or so, and keep listening. Only on WIF we hear stuff like what we're going to play in 57 seconds.
So we have 57 seconds to go.
Thank you for tuning in to listener-supported WAIF Radio. We're in the middle of our fall member-thon. Help keep WAIF Radio on the air and indicate your support for this show by making a pledge right now. Your gift of $25 or more gives you voting rights at the WAIF annual meeting and the WAIF Alert newsletter. Please call 513-961-8900 or 513-749-1444 right now to make a pledge. You can also pledge online using PayPal by clicking the donate button on our website, www.waif883.org. If you pledge online, please indicate the name of the show you're supporting in the comments section so they get credit. Each show on WAIF has a minimum pledge level to meet, and you can help them reach that goal. Call now 961-8900 or 749-1444 or WAIF883.org and make your pledge of $25 or more to become a member of listener-supported radio WAIF Cincinnati. Thank you.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Austria? Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Here's that long distance request for Franklin.
And I remember when a dime bag cost a dime. You know what I mean?
Made me cry, Lord, you done me wrong. Hurt my eyes open, baby, that's no lie. Tables turn, now it's her turn to cry. 'Cause I used to love her, but it's all over now. Over now. Oh, 'cause I used but it's all over now. Over now. Well, I used to wake the morning, get my breakfast in bed. When I got worried, Lord, you'd ease my aching head. Well, now she's here and there with every man in town. Well, still trying to take me for that same old clown. 'Cause I used to love her, but it's all over now. Over now. Oh, 'cause I used to love her, but it's all over now. Over now. Well, she used to run around with every man in town. Spend all my money, low down playing a high-fast game. Put me out, was a pity how I cried. Tables turning, now it's her turn to cry. 'Cause I used to love her, but it's all over now. Over now. Well, 'cause I used to love her, but it's all over now. It's over now. All night long, made me cry. Lord, you done me wrong. Hurt my eyes open, baby, that's no lie. Tables turning, now it's her turn to cry. 'Cause I used to love her, but it's all over now. Oh,
Today in Grateful Dead history there. That jam before that was the 11 jam for Franklin. Appreciate that. It was my long distance dedication.
You know what?
What's that?
It's
it
all
out.
over now.
Cool.
Dark star crashes, pouring its light into ashes. Bring some sadness, the forces tellers from the exit. Searchlight casting for thoughts in the clouds of delusion. Shall we go, you and I, while we can? Through the transitive nightfall of diamond.
Mirror shatters in formless reflections of matter. Glass and dissolving in ice, petal flowers revolving. Lady in velvet recedes in the nights of goodbye. Shall we go, you and I, while we can? Through the transitive nightfall of diamonds.
Mary Jean said if you smoke marijuana, you could finish 4 years of college in 1 week.
Have you ever seen yourself through the eyes of someone else that you have become? And looked at yourself through the eyes of the ultimate observer?
Because I don't have any role at all in reality. Reality is already there. It's material objects moving in their own way from deterministic laws. Therefore, literally, I create my own reality.
that you were bad. I don't think you're bad. Do I think you're good? I don't think you're good either. I think you're God. God.
It's for your own safety. Take that, safety boy! This padding's so easy on the knuckles, I could punch all day!
Writing what for across the morning sky. Darkness splatters, done with answer. Darkness shrugs and bids the day goodbye. Fleeting arrow, sharp and narrow. What a lot of fleeting matters you have learned. Several seasons with their treasons. Wrap the babe in scarlet covers, call it your own. What another man spills. Stephen will remain, all he lost he shall regain. He shall walk by the side of the storm, and here so long he's got to calling it home. Fortune comes crawling, but happy woman. Shafts of lavender, they're calling to the sun. Wonder who will water all the children of the garden when they sigh about the barren lack of rain and droop so hungry neath the sky. Underfoot the ground is patched with climbing arms of ivy wrapped around the manzanita, stark and shiny in the breeze. William Tell has stretched his door through and won't stretch no farther from the when he will release it when there the apple roll.
But hey, enough of my yakking. What do you say? Let's boogie.
come back to that nice, tasty, the little 11 there from Two from the Vault in just a couple minutes, maybe even next week. You just never know. I'll probably wrap up Disc 2 next week on that. You're listening to The Greatest Story Ever Told. I'm Ramblin' Rob, and Taper Jesse here is with me. We also have Big Bam and Freekbass in studio. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me again on this fine night.
Thank you for having us. Feels like we're just here.
Yeah. You were just here last year.
Yeah.
And you guys, it's our yearly, kind of sit down, figure out what's going on with you, find out what you've been doing. I think last year when we talked, you were getting ready to go over to London, I believe it was, and do some. It wasn't a festival; it was an instructional seminar or something.
Yeah, it's called the London Bass Guitar Show. It's been going on for I think like 10, 15 years. The big sponsor, there's a magazine over there called Bass Guitar Magazine, which is kind of like the UK's version of Bass Player Magazine.
Yeah.
And it's a combination. Master classes, concerts, and gear. So it's like bass player heaven basically over there. And yeah, it was great. They had me do a master class over there, and I had my master class. I'll keep it short, but it was called BU. That was kind of my theme, and it was basically about trying to create it's one thing to be a really good musician, but the ideal thing is you want to do is to create your voice as a player. Mm-hmm. So when somebody hears a record, whether it be yours or someone else, what can you do to distinguish it? Like, oh, that's Freekbass on there, or that's whoever it is. So you have your sound, and so that was a big part of it. So then I went into some of the techniques that kind of maybe distinguish me from some other players out there. So and it went over good. It was neat. So I think I might going to be doing it here again. I'm not sure about this year, but this year or next year too as well. So
there's probably a bunch of people imitating you over in England and right now.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, hitting their bass too hard probably. Yeah,
waking up the neighbors.
Yeah, waking up way too many neighbors, yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's always good, man. I know I've never really been to Europe. Did you enjoy being over there?
I love it. I mean, I've been over there a few times, and it's, especially London.
It's not too weird, is it?
It's not different. Well, the weirdest, I guess the weirdest thing about it was, I left from Cincinnati, and then they flew me to Detroit, and I flew Detroit to London. Well, I got to Detroit about 10 p.m., 10:30, and fell asleep, woke up about 5 in the morning, and I was in London. I mean, it's not that long of a flight. It's like a 6 or 7 hour flight, so and then everybody talks a little different, but I mean, it's looks very similar to Cincinnati, so it's not like there's not that much culture shock by going over there, I don't think,
And they got good food now.
Yes.
So that's good.
Yep.
Bam, you're awfully quiet over there, man.
He's trying not to bang.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you guys have had a busy 2015. You have any highlights so far?
We were just talking about with the West Coast. That
yeah,
was pretty
definitely
dope.
with the West Coast. Definitely. It was definitely a nice experience to actually go out there. There was a lot of main attractions out there. We went. We actually seen Yellowstone. Went to Yellowstone Park.
Oh yeah, with the Old Faithful.
Exactly.
That was real cool. Yeah, forgot about that.
Exactly.
We had a couple of days off, so we got to travel days, so we got to actually do some of that stuff. Yeah.
I was watching a TV show on Old Faithful last night.
Really?
It was neat. It's wild because it's a real distinct smell too, because it's that sulfur. You're smelling. So
it's like the whole concept of like, any given part might blow up under your foot, maybe.
That's what they were talking about. Exactly. Actually, they had photographic evidence. Actually, the area, Yellowstone, where the geysers are, it's actually, I think, between a 50 and 55 mile caldera, which is a collapsed volcano. So, yes, actually, Yellowstone is going to blow, and it's going to blow big when it does.
Right.
Because it actually is a volcano.
Yeah. Well, that's what we played. Yeah, we played Yellowstone, Montana. So we had the day off, and I think we were going to Oregon next. So we had a travel day. So we just kind of were like, look, we're going to be driving overnight anyway, so let's spend the afternoon and go to Yellowstone Park.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I like being out in nature and checking stuff out like that. I mean, the U.S. has some great parks, really. And I've never been out west. They got some really geography, topography, cool stuff like that.
Definitely, yeah. And they always call Montana big sky country, and why when you got it feels like you can almost touch it. It's so.
And it was funny. You go out there and you try to take pictures, and you're looking like, oh my god, I gotta take this picture. As soon as you take it, if you look in your phone, it's like, this doesn't look like.
Right.
Exactly.
It loses its grandiosity, I guess, with the scale.
Instantly.
It's like a stamp.
Right. Exactly.
It's real spiritual, though. I mean, Bam will tell you. I mean, it's deep. You go out there. I mean, he climbed up this mountain. It was really like I was like, wow. And it just. the feeling you get out there is just a different. You can almost breathe easier or something. I can't really. I don't mean like in terms of necessarily the air, but just in terms of just the. The people
out there, everybody's just different. It's like it's a whole nother different set of worries out there. They're not worried about what we're worried about. They're just living their days out there. It's like, farmland, and everybody's just happy, and nobody's in a rush to do anything. There wasn't any like traffic jams or nothing.
No.
It's like nothing but two-way highways up there.
And in the festival we ended up that tour with, it was called the Trinity River Jamboree, which was almost on the border of Oregon and California, very northern California, and it was one of my favorite festivals we've ever played. It was so free, and everybody was so open, and it was just everybody was great with each other.
You talking about the last festival?
Yeah,
yeah. That's a place that also got hit with the forest fires.
Yeah, luckily.
That's right. We were talking about that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah,
it was like a big California dreaming video then out there. I guess.
Yeah. On the way there, serious man, it was like it was a movie, man. You could just drive and then seeing all this smoke to your right and to your left. It's like it almost makes you think it's fog for a second, and it's like, oh, it's 3 p.m. This isn't fog,
Yeah.
Were you guys ever worried about getting in the fires when you're out there? Like
a little bit. Well,
because they move quick.
Yeah. No, we weren't worried about actually getting fired, but it was. I was more worried about the smoke part of it, like
Exactly.
breathing, because we put our truck windows down for a little bit while we tour, and we had to put them up and do the recycle through the thing, because it was getting, when we went to. Remember we get that hotel, that one, remember it was really intense, that one place, I can't remember, it was somewhere in Oregon, but it was pretty raunchy there for a little bit. Yeah.
A lot of the places, they were just, like I was saying earlier, they were just letting the people, people were just getting to come outside and actually breathe clean air, so they didn't even want to be inside where we were performing most of the time, so it was like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
It's a smokier than a typical Colorado evening, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we got some people at the door. I don't know about that guy. He looks shadier than hell.
Sitting here looking like.
That is actually Judge Louie. He's coming in to do this next show here, so that's cool, man.
Great.
So, have you guys got any bigger plans for 2015? I know you're working on an album.
Yeah, we just got out of the studio, actually, working with Dwayne Ludley in Louisville, Lexington.
Yeah, same guy did produce our last album as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it sounds like every day it was just like, oh my God, are we making history? It was just like a monumental feeling, like we're doing something that we haven't even, heard or felt before, Yeah,
the big difference on this, this is the album, that we're released on. We got picked up by Rope-A-Dope during the last time I talked to you, which is a great label. I'm really excited. So many people that I'm big fans of are on that label. Snarky Puppy, DJ Logic started that label, Colonel Bruce Hampton. But I think the big thing about this album versus our last album, I love our last album, the album we're kind of touring for now, but we hadn't been really touring a whole lot. But when we did that one, we were just kind of starting in the studio and then kind of branching out. Well, this album, we'd been touring like non-stop for a year and a half or so. So the band is a lot tighter. We did a lot of pre-production for the songwriting as opposed to trying to just write them in the studio. We had these, so it was just the whole process was so different. Yeah.
It was like
So did you write most of the album on the road?
Typically,
and a lot of it out west.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, we had days off. We would, when we were in, it was Washington. Remember, we were in Washington State, and we like buckled up in a hotel room for a few hours, and would sit there and start throwing ideas back and forth at each other and stuff like that. Yeah.
We did a lot of work in his home, his studio, in his house. And we did a lot of work there, and it was just, piece by piece. By the time we got in the studio, we basically had everything done. It was just
a matter of getting the performances where we wanted it to be. Yeah.
So is it kind of all three of you kind of contribute equally on each song, or was it more like, okay, I got a song, you guys do?
Well, everybody's always got an initial idea for songs, but then the idea is, Bam's really good. Like, I'm pretty good with like kind of coming with initial ideas, but then Bam's kind of like good with when we work together, where he can kind of take whatever the theme of the idea and kind of keep you on that road, because I have a tendency to kind of want to go this.
Yeah, he'll go far out of it, like, Lord.
So he kind of keeps you on that road. That's one of his strengths as a songwriter.
And the thing I like about him that I can't do is he's able to take, just to be free with his writing. I'll sit there and beat myself up like, no, this doesn't make this sense. This doesn't make sense. Like, no. It doesn't have to. Just
I'm from the world of Frank Zappa. It doesn't have to make sense.
Exactly. So he'll sit there and
it's just got to sound good.
Right. And then he'll throw me off. We'll sit there and write a bar, and then he'll throw me off with something he just wrote, and I'll be sitting there the whole time thinking about what did he just say? Like,
Yeah.
he didn't wrote half the rest of the paragraph.
Yeah.
Or you listen to some of Bob Dylan stuff. It's like, what the heck's he talking?
Exactly, exactly. But it was a great experience.
So you have the new album. I think Mike Gordon didn't he do some stuff on that Rope-A-Dope album? I think. I don't know. I think so.
You mean on our Rope-A-Dope album?
Yeah.
Well, he was on an album of mine back in 2008 called Junkyard Waltz. So
That's
we did a song
okay.
together. Yeah. But on this album, we don't have a whole lot of guests. We got kind of a cool thing, which is the name of the album, by the way, which I haven't really told a whole lot of people about. Is it's called Cincinnati. That's the name of the album.
Nice.
Yeah, it just seemed, this is from where I grew up here, and this is what, and the reason we sound the way we sound is from growing up here, and there's so many reasons for it. But one of the guys I grew up here with is a guy named Atal Shore, and Atal is the guy that co-wrote the Santana hit Smooth. He won a Grammy for it. And when I got signed to Rope-A-Dope, we've been friends since we've been like 12 years old, and he's written songs for Jewel, for Maxwell, a bunch of big artists. And with friends, you don't want to sit there and hey, you got a Grammy, come and help me out. But when we got signed to Rope-A-Dope, I was like, dude, I said, this is kind of a cool opportunity. I said, would you be into, getting together and maybe writing some songs for this album?
Mm-hmm.
And he was totally into it. So he flew down to Cincinnati. He lives in New York now. He flew down to Cincinnati for a few days, and so a couple of the songs we co-wrote with Atal on the record, and they turned out pretty nice. And he's just a really masterful songwriter. So he's kind of like a guest, and then we got this girl named Elise Testone, who actually she was 5th in American Idol in 2012, I think. And I met her, nothing to do with that channels, but I did this short little stint. There's a thing called the James Brown Dance Party where this guy puts together.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it was great. And he puts together kind of a super group of everybody kind of in the scene, and Elise was fronting it. She's an amazing singer. So when we were doing that, I said, hey, I'm getting ready to do this record. Would you come in? And this girl can wail too. And so she's on a couple tracks. And then one of the coolest things is Doug Wimbish, who's the bass player from Living Colour, Tackhead, some great, amazing, toured with Mick Jagger for years. Him and I have done some stuff in the past where we've done some instructional stuff together, and we talked always about doing some work together. And I said, and he's really good with remixes. And I said, hey, would you be into doing a remix for this album? So he did one of the songs remix that's also going to be in the album. So
awesome.
And it's really cool. Awesome. It's real fresh and real new sounding. So yeah, so there's some exciting stuff about it coming out.
When do you think it's going to be out?
The official release date is December 11th. But here's the cool thing. Since the December 11th is the release date, but when I found that out from Rope-A-Dope, I said, yeah, but here's the problem. We're having, and here's another little plug, Friday, November 27th, we're having our CD release party at the Southgate House here in Cincinnati / Newport.
Gotcha.
So what they're going to do is they're going to get special CDs printed up ahead of time just for this show. And it's not going to be released nationally until December 11th. But since the name of the album is Cincinnati, there's going to be CDs available just for that show. So another reason you have to come out. That's the only place you'll be able to get it before December 11th. So
the day after Thanksgiving, right?
Day after Thanksgiving, yeah. So you're going to come out and get your funk on to get some of that turkey off. Yeah.
Yeah, well, dance some of that turkey off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always have the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I always have a rip roaring bash.
There you go.
Yeah, we tell everybody. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Yeah, we always invite people over and bring all their leftovers.
Sure.
Originally, it started out as leftovers, and everybody turned into some type of gourmet spectacular now. So there's like
2 days of good eating.
It
sounds like.
Yeah. Naps are acceptable. Everybody, a lot of people take naps.
Exactly.
Yeah, another really cool Cincinnati band too, who I have not a chance to see yet, but I hear really great things about. They're called the Almighty Get Down.
Oh, I saw them over the summer.
Oh, cool. And so they're opening up the show that night. So
they're hot, man.
Yeah, I've heard great things about them, like good horns and everything. So it's going to be a dance party that night. Yeah.
They actually played at the July 4th Washington Park Grateful Dead simulcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Down there. Yeah,
I've heard great things about them. I'm real excited to see them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I should try to get those guys in here.
Yeah, I was going to say, plug us, Totally tell them. These guys are so cool.
Well, they're one of those bands that have so many people in it, with the horns and stuff.
Sure.
It's hard to coordinate, really.
Yeah. Well, we've had a 6-piece band in this, right?
Well, I know, but I mean, as far as their schedules, because they got jobs. And,
True.
Yeah, it's just tough.
Yeah, sure.
It's just 3 of you guys. It's easy.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're flexible.
We're flexible.
So you have the new record out. You've got November 27th show that I'm sure everybody's going to be into. You have an instructional video coming out too. Is that correct? You're teaching people how to play bass.
Yeah, well, I've been doing. That's one of the things I've been doing for the
fashion.
last probably 10 years. That's about 6 or 7 years ago. A company called the Rock House Method out of New York hired me to do 2 bass instructional DVDs. Learn Funk Bass with Freekbass Volume 1 and 2, which you can still get. I think it's on Netflix actually now. Somebody told me. Yeah, you can get it on Netflix. And and they're a great company too. They have everybody's got that's where I met Doug Wimbish initially, and then Dave Ellison, who's the bass player from Megadeth, was the rock guy. And then they had they have different genre. Leo Niconcelli from the Meters did a guitar one. Bernie Worrell did. Bernie's actually the one that hooked me up with them.
Wow.
And so after that, another company out of Florida called True Fire, they're a really great company. They had hired me to do this DVD. It came out probably 3 years ago now, called 50 Freak Bass Licks You Must Know. And it's basically just me doing a bunch of licks and showing them how I do it, my techniques. So this 6-8 months ago or so, they got in touch and they said, you do a lot of stuff with DJs. We want to kind of start breaking in the DJ market and how a bass and a DJ work together. So DJ Logic and myself got hired to do this DVD, which comes out in November, and it's called Funktronic Groove Construction with Freekbass and DJ Logic. And it's basically showing the whole, Logic shows how he does his thing, I'll show how I do my thing, and then we show how we do our things together. It's a pretty fresh program, so I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, that comes out right around the time the Rope-A-Dope release comes out, a little bit, maybe a couple weeks before. So
perfect Christmas presents for everybody.
That's right. Learn how to get funky and
buy
DJ
a bass and an instructional video for your younger child. And
everything.
He'll be on the stage, rocking and rolling, like you guys doing. Quite literally, when I look at where you guys have played this year, it's like a circle across the U.S.
Yeah,
you guys have been everywhere.
We do tour a lot, but I love, Bam will tell you, that's where we feel most comfortable. I love touring so much.
Yeah,
it's the music part's great, but it's also just meeting the people and all the experiences that we've been sitting here talking to you all about. You just meet so many wonderful people on the road. It's just great.
Do you have any? Go ahead, Bam.
No. So I was just gonna say it'd be a little odd, taking breaks a lot of bands, they tour for a couple of months or a month or two, then they're home for a month or two. It's it's to consistently just go, come back, kick it with the family, and go back out and, work. It's it's a consistent job, but it's consistent,
So you guys could probably see yourselves doing that for quite some time.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be doing this
forever. It's not getting old, not getting tired.
No, not at all. I look at something. I mentioned Bernie Worrell earlier. Bernie's in his 70s now, I think, and he's still out, hitting it as hard as he ever was, and with him, I'm so happy with him, and George Clinton, and Bootsy, it's just
Razor,
Razor Sharp Johnson. That's right. Shout out to Razor.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what we do,
Have you guys got any other shout outs? Any other, maybe listeners? Anybody you want to thank? Anybody say, hey?
Shoot, we'd be on
3
hours with that. Always being in Cincinnati, always Bootsy and Razor Sharp and Miss Patty and Paul Carter.
Exactly.
I'm sure he's probably tuning in, but everybody. It's just so great. Again, going back to why we call the record Cincinnati. Just this. There's been such a strong support. I can say for me, this whole, people like Boot and just Razor and all these people that have, Bam and I, even though Bam's from Detroit, him and I wouldn't even be sitting here together if it wasn't for the whole Cincinnati scene, and brought us together. So it's just a really, a lot of times people always think of New York or LA or Miami, but the music scene here is really, really special. And what you're doing, this music scene is a really special thing here in Cincinnati. And as long as you're, as a musician, I think as long as you get out and tour and kind of spread that gospel out a lot, it's a great place to basically be influenced and be inspired.
A lot of potential here, man. A lot of potential here.
Yeah, there's so many good players here. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Jesse's a big, he's a taper. He's a big local music fan and been on the scene for years. And we both came to the conclusion that Cincinnati, it may be a bit underground at times, but it does have a really hot music scene, and the fans really support the live music in a good fashion.
Yeah. It's as far back as I can remember, Cincinnati's always had a great music scene.
And sound too. I mean, I think that's like I always talk about that. Like since just like New Orleans has a funk sound, and Minneapolis has a funk sound, and San Francisco has a funk sound. We have Ohio and Cincinnati. And I always kind of think of like, because we're not East or West Coast, we had to kind of yell a little bit louder. I think that's part of. You think about like Zap and bands like everything's like boom. Yeah. It's like so heavy, and I think that's part of it, because where New York and LA you can be more subtle and a little bit more jazzy and stuff. Here it's like we're gonna frickin' back you over the head with it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We're running out of time. I just looked over. We got about a minute and a half left, but I guess let's see. One real quick thing. You're listening to WAIF, of course, but have you heard the old school rap? Like a station they got in town.
Station. Oh, I love it.
I have been listening to that a lot lately, man.
This is all news to me.
Like 102.3. Not to plug any other stations, but it's good.
I'm a DJ, so
I heard KRS-One or Slick Rick, and then KRS-One back to back. I'm like, man, I never thought it's like rolling a random die there.
Wow,
that's beautiful.
Shakedown Street too, by the way. Okay.
That was my next question.
That's from last year. We're revisiting.
That's right. 12 months later, I asked him what his favorite Grateful Dead song was last year, and he said he'd have to get back with me. And it's Shakedown Street. And you've been playing that, right?
Yeah, I've played it in a lot of different situations since then too, as well. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to find that on YouTube.
Right,
and I'll play that next week.
Great.
For sure. You could probably get real funky with that.
Oh, it's a funky song to begin with. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You need a disco ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Judge Louie here. Again, thanks, Bam and Freekbass, for joining me.
Thank you, Rob.
Appreciate it. Had a good time. We didn't get a chance to talk any superheroes or Marvel. I had a whole you didn't get to talk
Batman versus Superman comes out.
I know.
Tell him about the bass. Yeah, he just got a new bass.
A guy from Denmark made this bass for me, and I told him it looked kind of like Superman. I'll show you when we get off the air in a minute. But he ended up putting all this really cool Superman art in the back of it. It's really dope. I just started playing it live. I'll show you here in a minute. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that Avengers stuff here. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, find Freekbass, freekbass.com. He's got Facebook. Bam's got Facebook. Find him. Download some of his music. He's got a new album coming out, instructional video. Check him out, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'll turn it over to Judge Louie. I think he's about ready over there. I see him plugging things in, and the whirly gigs going on. Flux capacitors fired up. So,
no pressure, Louie. No pressure.
No pressure, man. It's all you.